So, good evening, everyone. Now, the next topic that we are starting is the toroid. Okay, that is the application. Basically, what we are calculating is a magnetic field at the center of a toroid. Okay, now before starting with the magnetic field of a toroid, let us first know what actually a toroid is. So basically, when I say about a solenoid, so solenoid is a circular coil which is wrapped in the shape of a cylinder. Now this same cylinder, if you bend it in the form of a circle, so basically what you will observe is it's in the form of a donut. Okay, and the turns of coil will be wrapped like this. So basically when you bend the solenoid in the form of a ring-like structure, so the new structure that you get is a toroid. Okay, so this is nothing but a toroid. So if I say about a current I which is flowing within the toroid, so what will happen? The magnetic field will be generated along the axis of a toroid. Along the axis of a toroid, what is generated is the magnetic field. Getting it clearly? Okay, so that means the magnetic field will remain well within the toroid itself. So what I can say is, if this is your axis of a toroid, okay, the inner ring structure, so that's the point where we need to calculate the magnetic field. Okay, the magnetic field along the axis of a hollow circular toroid. Now the circular toroid is hollow over here. Hollow over here means what? सोलेनॉइड जो है आपने उसको सिलेंड्रिकल सोलेनॉइड जो था उसको आपने सर्कल के फॉर्म में बेंड किया है. ठीक है, सो इट लुक्स लाइक अ प्रेशराइज्ड रबर ट्यूब. गेटिंग इट क्लियरली? ओके, सो we need to calculate the magnetic field along the axis of a toroid, that is a central axis. That means the black ring structure that you observe, this black ring is nothing but our Amperian loop, and that is acting as an axis of a toroid. So with respect to center, we have two radius. One is the inner radius and second one is the outer radius. So when I say the radius of the Amperian loop, that is Rm, so we can say mean radius is equal to inner radius plus outer radius divided by 2. That is your mean radius. So along the mean radius, that is we need to calculate the magnetic field along the axis of a toroid. Getting it clearly? Okay, so now what we will say over here is that a toroid is a solenoid of finite length bent into a hollow circular tube like structure similar to a pressurized rubber tube. Okay, getting it clearly? So when I apply by Ampere's law, so when we say about by Ampere's law, so basically what we obtain is we can obtain the magnetic field along the central axis of tube, okay, in terms of current. So when I say about the magnetic lines of force, so magnetic lines of force are concentric circles in the toroid, okay, and so the direction of field is dictated by the direction of the current in the coil of a toroid. So when I say about the closed integral magnetic field dot dl, which is mu naught times I. So when I say about the closed integral, so this dl is nothing but the closed integral dl. when I say, so closed integral dl हम लोग क्या लिख सकते हैं, 2 pi into rm, okay, where rm is the mean radius of the Amperian loop. And if I say that there is n turns of coil, so basically what will happen, closed integral of b vector, so basically हम लोग क्या लिखेंगे इसे, we can write it as b into 2 pi rm equal to mu naught I into n, where n indicates the number of turns of circular coil carrying current, okay. Getting it clearly? So capital N indicates the number of turns. So when I say about the magnetic field, we write it as mu naught I n divided by 2 pi rm. Now when I say 2 pi rm, so basically 2 pi rm indicates the circumferential length of the Amperian loop. 2 pi rm represents circumferential length of Amperian loop, okay. So what we can say is that capital N divided by 2 pi rm, this indicates the total number of turns per unit length, which I can write it as equal to small n, okay. So we can say that the magnetic field of a toroid is given as mu naught n I, where small n is the number of turns per unit length. The only difference over here with respect to toroid and solenoid is, जब आप solenoid लेते हैं तो हम लोग लिखते हैं number of turns per unit length है small n upon L, और जब आप toroid लेते हो तो toroid में आप लोग क्या लिखते हो, capital N divided by 2 pi r. That's the only major difference, okay. Getting it clearly? This is what we have said about the toroid, okay. So basically what is happening over here is, in the Ampere's when you applied Ampere's law for a straight wire carrying current, so you found that the magnetic field is inversely proportional to r, okay. But unlike solenoid, magnetic field is not constant over the cross section of a toroid. When I say solenoid, so solenoid mein magnetic field is constant, but when I say about a toroid, the magnetic field does not remain constant as with respect to the toroid. Getting it clearly? And when I said about the Amperian loop is considered ideally within the toroid. I didn't consider an Amperian loop outside the toroid. Why? Because outside the toroid, the strength of the magnetic field is 0. Same is inside the toroid. If I suppose consider an Amperian loop, if I consider the Amperian loop inside, ये जो green color का आपको दिख रहा है ना ring, if I would have considered the Amperian loop within the toroid, so over here the magnetic field would have been 0. So that is why we don't consider the Amperian loop very well within the toroid and as well as very well outside the toroid. In both the cases, the magnetic field would remain 0. Getting it clearly? Okay, that's why what we considered is the magnetic field that we have considered over here. We have considered the Amperian loop only along the axis of a toroid, because along the axis of a toroid the magnetic field will remain constant. Okay, but the magnetic field will not remain constant across the cross section, because over a cross section what happens, suppose अगर आपने ये डोनट को वर्टिकली कट किया, कंसिडर करो ये टोरॉइड जो है आपका डोनट है, डोनट को अगर आपने वर्टिकली कट किया तो वर्टिकली इफ आई से दैट अ पॉइंट इज ए, लेट्स से वन ऑफ द पॉइंट इज ए and second point is B. So the magnetic field at point A and point B will vary. The magnetic field will not remain constant. Whereas when I say about the solenoid में क्या होता है, if I consider the point A and B, let's say this is a point A and this is a point B. Both the points A and B are slightly laterally displaced, but they are well within the solenoid. So strength of magnetic field at A and strength of magnetic field at B will remain same for solenoid. But if I say about a toroid, here in toroid what happens, the magnetic field at A will be different and the magnetic field at B will be different. Why? Because at A what happens actually is, if the current is normally outside the plane of paper, so at B what happens, the current is normally into the plane of paper. So basically what happens, there is a change in the direction of current at point A and at point B. Due to this, the magnetic field strength does not remain constant over a cross section of a toroid, whereas it remains constant within a solenoid. Okay, so what we are actually finding is the magnetic field along the axis of a toroid. That's a derivation for what we have calculated for. Okay.